Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Storytime. I'm Miss Davena, and if you're joining us for the first time, this is our Facebook live stream, but it is always available via the recording, both here on Facebook and at our website. If you go to unioncountylibraries.org, click on the events page and find the green preschool Storytime tab. That will take you to the links for both our Facebook page and our YouTube playlist for Storytime, and you can watch all of the previous ones or this one if you want to rewatch it, or however many times. Some people go back and watch some of them a couple different times, but that's always available through our website at any time, whether you're here with us live or recorded. So we will go ahead and we'll start with our hello song. So help me sing our song. Hello everybody and how are you? How are you? Hello everybody and how are you? Again. Hello everybody and how are you? How are you? Hello everybody and how are you? So how are you today? I know the weather has been a little rainy the last 2 days, but we need the rain for all the flowers and the plants and the trees. And the weather's getting warmer, the days are staying light longer, which I love this time of year when it starts to get warmer. But today is also something, does anybody know what today is? Anything special about today? Yes, what do you think, Shane? That's right, it's May 4th, and a lot of people call it the day that they celebrate Star Wars. Even though they like Star Wars all the time, a lot of people have special Star Wars celebrations, and they'll say, May the 4th be with you. And we have a lot of Star Wars books here at the library, both for older and younger kids, for adults as well. We have all the movies, and we have Lego versions and early reader versions. But we're also going to be talking mostly about space today. So my first book that I have is by National Geographic Kids, and it's called Space. And this is a book that's it's one of those things when we talk about facts or true things. What is that? What do you think, Molly? Right, it's nonfiction. That means it has true facts in it. It's got real pictures. And it's not make-believe, it's not pretend. So this is a non-fiction book about space. So we live on Earth, very good. And this is a picture of Earth. And what is this guy here? He's an astronaut, very good. The ocean covers most of the Earth, and it makes it look blue from space. Earth is a planet in space, and planets are round like balls. Does anybody know how many planets there are now? People, plants, and animals live on the Earth. And so here's the Earth right here. And see how it's smaller than some of them and bigger than others? And if you look over here, this is the sun's glow. So we're 1, 2, 3, we're the third planet from the Earth. We're right in the right spot so that we get the right amount of sun and heat and warmth for our planet so that we can live. Let's count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 planets there. I know, and when Miss Davena was growing up, there were actually 9 planets. And we'll talk about that later. Earth circles around the sun. So the sun is here and it goes around it. Earth spins round and round as it circles the sun. The sun warms the earth and gives it light. We see the sun in the, daytime or nighttime? What do you think? What, JJ? That's right, we see it in the daytime. So we have the sun shining, right? And what is this? Does anybody have any guesses? Right here, right next to the Earth. What do you think it is? That's the moon. The moon moon circles the earth. So the earth circles the sun, and then the moon circles the earth. And the earth, how many moons do you think the earth has? What do you think? You tell me, Keegan. It has one moon. Very good. It has one moon, but some planets have a lot of them. I am so full. We see the moon in the nighttime. So this is a full moon. That means it's all in one circle. And sometimes it looks like a little sliver, and the moon has different phases that it goes through where we can only see certain parts of it at one time. We see the stars after the sun goes down, and stars are all different shapes and colors. And if you're out in the country at night, and especially up in the mountains, oh, you can really see all the stars. 7 other planets also circle the sun. So see the sun, and what does that look like? It looks like a great big orange ball of fire, doesn't it? So that, and right here is what? There's 1, 2, there's the earth right here. So it circles, and they all stay in their own what? Orbit. Very good. The sun, moon, stars, earth, and other planets belong to the Milky Way galaxy. And this is the Milky Way galaxy. It kind of looks like a spiral. And way over here, this little tiny speck is the earth. That's where we are. Wow. People use spacecraft to travel to space. That's one of the kinds of spacecraft there are. And there are 4 people that can live on this spacecraft. It's called Orion. And there's a bunch of other kinds of spacecraft. And there's the space station that's up there. And there's all different rockets and spaceships that they can use to go up to space. 3, 2, 1, blast off. Astronauts are who? Who are astronauts? They're people that explore space. And where would you like to be an explorer? Would you like to go to space someday? You never know. It takes a long time to train to get to space. Many, many years. So there's the earth, right? And there's the moon. And what circle is that kind of? It's kind of a circle, but it's a ball shape, right? And, oh, look, here's the sun way over here. And there's the sun shining. And then stars at night. And this is what? An astronaut. So those are just some of the facts about space. There's a lot of others that we didn't talk about. But space is one of the things that we talk about when we talk about Star Wars, because they're talking about the stars. And I have a song called the 10 Little Ewoks. And it goes to the tune of 10 Little Indians. So it's 10 little Ewoks living in the trees, and then we're going to count backwards down to 1 little Ewok playing in the leaves. So we'll do this 2 times. Ready? And help me count with sign language. Ready? 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Ewoks, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little Ewoks, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little Ewoks, 10 little Ewoks playing in the trees. 10 little, 9 little, 8 little Ewoks, 7 little, 6 little, 5 little Ewoks, 4 little, 3 little, 2 little Ewoks, 1 little Ewok playing in the leaves. We can go playing in the leaves. And the trees are what? Yes, trees. And it's living in the trees. I messed that one up. They're playing in the trees too. They're not just living there. Ready? 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Ewoks, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little Ewoks, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little Ewoks, 10 little Ewoks living in the trees. 10 little, 9 little, 8 little Ewoks, 7 little, 6 little, 5 little Ewoks, 4 little, 3 little, 2 little Ewoks, 1 little Ewok playing in the leaves. Yes, that was very good. Thank you for helping me sing my song. So my next book that I have is called, Oh No, Astro. What do you think that is? And that's by Matt Roeser. Does anybody have an idea what? He's an asteroid, and we're going to learn about what asteroids are here pretty soon. So hold that thought. I want you to be thinking about what an asteroid is. Well, everyone knows that asteroids are rather a rambunctious group. Look at them all crashing and smashing and bashing into each other. Well, most asteroids. All Astro wanted to do was his own personal outer space to be respected, as it had been for millions of years. So he didn't want anybody near him. He wanted to be all by himself because he didn't want to crash and bash into all the others. And some people like to be by themselves, and that's okay. "Greetings, celestial wanderer," said Astro to an approaching satellite. "Please keep your distance. You stay in your orbit, and I'll stay in mine. It's one of the core rules of the cosmos, don't you know?" So he's telling the satellite to stay away from him. Don't go messing. Don't come too close. Stay in your own space. "And yet you've come closer." Uh-oh, the satellite's getting closer, and asteroid's not getting happy. "Good gravity, you've struck me." Oh no, look, the satellite hit Astro and it made some cracks. Astro was understandably distraught. That means he was kind of worried and upset. But before he could point out to the satellite that it had done considerable damage to one of his favorite craters, he began to spin. Oh no! Oh, Pluto's revenge! The rotating rogue seems to have knocked me off orbit. Oh no, Astro's not in orbit anymore. And he's spinning and spinning and spinning. He says, "This is humiliating." Astro found himself in unknown territory. When an asteroid leaves its orbit, it hurtles through space on an unpredictable path. That means it doesn't know where it's going, reaching unstoppable speeds. That means it starts going really, really, really fast, and it just is runaway, like a runaway rock if you roll it down a hill. Why, I never. But he did. Oh, look at all that. Look how fast he's starting to get, and he's losing his glasses and his book. "Hi, Mars. Bye, Mars." So he sped past Mars. Meanwhile, an Earth girl named Nova was enjoying a quiet night of stargazing when something caught her eye. So see, she's looking through her what? Her telescope. Very good. And she sees, what does she see? Well, she sees Astro, but yes, that's right. He's a meteor now, and we're going to find out the difference when we get to the end of the book between an asteroid. So he started out as an asteroid, and now he's a meteor because he's flying through the sky. He goes right past what? The astronaut. Me. Oh my goodness, he's going harder and faster. Right past the moon. As Astro zoomed past the moon, he realized with sudden clarity, that means all of a sudden he knew what was going to happen, where and how his journey would end. Where do you think he's going to end up? What do you think, Gabriel? What do you think? Right, he's going to land on Earth. I don't like confrontation. That means he doesn't like to get in fights and hit people or anything. He doesn't like to argue. He just wants to be left alone. But all of a sudden he began to break apart as he entered Earth's atmosphere. Oh my goodness, all these things are starting to come apart on him. He's tickles, and he's getting smaller and smaller, isn't he? He's breaking apart. Oh my goodness, they're all watching. What do you think's gonna happen? Ready? Smash! Oh, whoa. Ooh, look at him. He's all what? Ooh, he's all dizzy. Astro opened one eye, then the other. Well, he was certainly smaller, but he was still in one piece. My stars, he muttered. Dare I say that was fun? What on earth shall we do next? So now he has his friend Nova. And this is you think that really happens? Does Astro see what he's going to do and all that kind of stuff? No, this is a pretend book, a pretend story that does tell us some facts, but it's kind of a funny way of telling those stories. And one of the things we asked about was the difference between an asteroid, a meteor, and a meteorite. Does anybody know what the difference is? What do you think? That's a good guess. So Astro started out as an asteroid, right? And he was in what was called the asteroid belt. So that's where most of the asteroids hang out. So right here, see how they're all in the asteroid belt? And Astro was over here by himself because he didn't want to be with everybody else. And they crash and smash and bash into each other all the time. So most of the asteroid belts, they kind of hang out between Mars and Jupiter. But he was off by himself, right? And so when he got knocked out of his orbit and he started flying through space, then scientists start to call that a meteorite. He's no longer an asteroid, he's now a meteorite. And the closer he gets to, a meteor. The closer he gets to Earth and he ends up getting into Earth's atmosphere, then he's called a meteor. And once he survives the fall to Earth, where he got smaller but he's still okay, then he's called a meteorite. So that gets kind of confusing because it's the same asteroid. So they just called him Astro in this book. So he was an asteroid, then he became a meteor, and then he became a meteorite once he survived this fall to Earth. So those are just some of the things that you might find in space. And then when we're talking about space, so you've got astronauts and the moon and the different planets. And remember when we talked about there being 9 planets at one time? Well, that's why he says Pluto's revenge, because they made Pluto a dwarf planet and they no longer called it a planet because it was so small, because it was smaller than some moons. So that's why they started calling it a dwarf planet. So now they say there's only 8 planets instead of 9. So there's only 8. So that was our story of Astro. Oh no, Astro. And this is our favorite song that a lot of you boys and girls like to sing. And I'll hold that up there where you can see it. And it's the Climb Aboard the Spaceship song. So get ready to move. So if you're not already standing, I need you to stand up. And this is to the tune of the Itsy Bitsy Spider. And we're going to sing it through at least two, maybe 3 times. And remember, you're going to start down on the ground. Or standing up, and we're going to climb aboard the spaceship. So we're going to act like we're climbing. We're going to go to the moon. We're going to hurry and get ready. We're going to blast off soon. So we're going to put on our helmets and buckle up real tight. So buckle your seatbelts, because here comes the countdown, and we're going to count down from 10 all the way down to 1, and as we get lower and lower and lower in our counting, we're going to crouch down lower and lower and lower to the ground, and then after we get to 1, we're going to blast off, so jump up really high in the sky. So ready? Here we go. Climb aboard the spaceship, we're going to the moon. Hurry and get ready, we're gonna blast off soon. Put on your helmet and buckle up real tight, 'cause here comes the countdown. Let's count with all our might. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Did you count? All right, we're gonna do that again. Ready? Climb aboard the spaceship, we're heading to the moon. Hurry and get ready, we're gonna blast off soon. Put on your helmet and buckle up real tight, 'cause here comes the countdown. Let's count with all your might. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Did you guys do it? All right, this time we're going to sing the song, but when we count, we're only going to count with our sign language, so no words. And then at the end, we're going to blast off. Ready? One more time. Climb aboard the spaceship, we're heading to the moon. Hurry and get ready, we're gonna blast off soon. Put on your helmet and buckle up real tight, 'cause here comes the countdown. Let's count with all our might. Blast off! Yay! You guys did an awesome job. Thank you for doing such a great job. That was wonderful. Thank you. So I know that's one of your favorite songs from a couple of years ago, and I really like that song too. And it's a lot of fun when we can do it when we're all together. But that will conclude our story time for today. So we talked about space and the planets, and May the 4th be with you, because it's May 4th. So it's also Star Trek Day, or as people call it. But just remember, we have lots of books about space, both fun books that are pretend or make-believe that are called fiction, and books that are nonfiction that tell you facts about it. And there will be lots of activities that will be linked, lots of fun Star Wars and space activities that you can find in our STEAM calendar with the links and the crafts and different experiments and fun stuff to do that go right along with the space theme. So if you just find that, you can find that in the description box of the video, and you can also find it by going to our webpage at unioncountylibraries.org. And there's also a slider that has the STEAM calendar on that. And you just find this week for May the 4th. All right, you have a wonderful week. We're going to sing our goodbye song, and I will see you next week. Ready? We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye to all our friends. We wave goodbye like this. We clap our hands like this. We clap our hands like this. We clap our hands for all our friends. We clap our hands like this. Yay! Thank you. Have an awesome week. Goodbye.